Welcome to Mediamano. The Mediamano product suite has a range of products you can use for ingest, production and publish and archive. Let's start with the Power Plus client. It's Windows software that allows you to ingest files directly into your production system or MAM. Clips can be brought in from almost any source, including cameras, FTP sites, internet and local drives. Next off is our scheduled record app for port-based recording. Records are created simply by dragging a new event onto the timeline. The event can then be edited, including the ability to program the router, and there are options for repeat records and import and export via XML. Zocalo folders. You may well already know about watch folders, how they wait for files to be transferred, then they transcode them and make them available for downstream use. But Zocalo folders are very different. They can act on multiple files, understand the relationship between them, and only kick off workflows when certain conditions have been met. See how it works with the Sidecar XML. Only when the Tomatoes media file arrives do we associate it with this metadata and produce a package to upload into the MAM system. Excellent! Case number 2. We can actually read the content of metadata and decide what action is required based on that information. In summary, with Zocalo folders, you can take control of the movement of your media, both when it arrives from external sources and for when it moves internally between your systems. Let's take a look at the web tapper. Often you see clips on websites that you would like to legitimately use, for example for news purposes, but it can be very difficult to get those clips into your production system. The Web Tapper is a wonderful product that goes behind the websites and discovers the source files themselves, allowing you to download those source files directly onto your desktop or transcoded into your production system. All you have to do is copy the URL of the page that you are viewing the clip on, then paste that URL into the Web Tapper website. We can even do punch in and punch out and transcode it into your video production format. The Arrivals Board is a work in progress. It will enable organizations to have a full view of all of the assets that are arriving in their installation and when those assets are likely to be available for editing. Now this is especially interesting for news organisations that have to know to the minute when it's going to be possible to start work on some asset that is arriving from outside. When you're dealing with thousands of clips per day, it's important to minimise the human input required to manage those assets through your system. For example, if you're ingesting different types of media, say 4K video and sound files, it's very possible that they need to go through different workflows. But that should happen automatically. Next, you can select multiple clips that have the same characteristics, then you can batch assign metadata to all of those clips. That metadata will then trigger workflows in the workflow engine. Then all the necessary processes that have to be carried out on those clips will be kicked off in parallel. The publisher. Used by organisations that wish to publish and distribute their content to different digital channels and clients. In this particular case, Mediamano links together news stories in ENPS with their associated media in the Quantel video environment and puts them together into content packages that can be then distributed to their digital clients. The producers can see these packages grouped together under the same rundowns. And when they want to publish one of the packages, all they need to do is to select it by clicking on the image, and the list of all of the clients that are subscribed to that particular rundown will appear. The producer hits the publish button and that is it. The producer can move on to the next job, and all of the transcoding, metadata transformation, API calls and everything required to publish that content to all of the different digital customers is taken care of automatically in the background by Mediamano. This brings us to the end of the Mediamano Product Suite video. Thank you for taking the time to watch. And please remember that these are very simplified overviews of what the products do. If you have any questions, there are any queries you have, or you'd just like some more information, please don't think twice about contacting us using the information we're about to show. Thanks again.